Hey everybody, welcome back to Brickstruction. My name is Ace, and today we're going to be reviewing a Lego set. Today for you guys, I have Lego set number 75221, the Imperial Landing Shuttle. It's a Sentinel class landing shuttle from 2012, I believe, although I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I got this along with many other sets from one of my good friends, and I decided I'm going to review most of the sets that I was given. And why not start with a classic? Fair warning at the beginning, I do not have all the minifigs, so my rating for the figures will not be as accurate as it could be. So I'm going to get them out for you, the ones I do have. Looks like we have Imperial officer. He's going to go right in front of the camera there. I believe one of the stormtroopers is, yep, a sand trooper commander. I believe this guy could be worth a decent amount. I'm not sure though. He will not stay up. Let's go. I feel like there's... Okay, I do see another stormtrooper in there. Is that all? Maybe is this the sand trooper commander? He has a pauldron too. I don't actually know if he's supposed to come with that, because I don't remember what the box looked like when I was doing the research for this set. Again, sorry I haven't posted in a while. I got into an accident a few days ago, and I've been recovering from that as well as I was sick. But I am good now. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't know my thumb could do that, but I'm good. I'm going to try to get onto a somewhat regular posting schedule again, but that's not what you're here for. You guys are here for this set, so let's get into that. First off, I'm going to rate the three. I believe there's 5 figures in total. I know there's one of old Ben Kenobi, and I don't know who the other person, or I should say the other minifigure is. It might be an astromech, but I'm going to rate what I have. To start off with the Imperial officer, he's got a little bit of printing on the back, printing on the front, and legs. He's got a blaster pistol, and then the officer's cap. I don't know. They've done a couple different officer designs throughout the years. This is one of the better ones in my opinion, but I also do like the newer ones. Well, newer as in I don't think they've changed the design in a few years, but you know what I mean. But I really like how he looks. I think he's pretty simple, and that's all he needs to be. He's just a simple officer, and he does that well. So I'm going to give his overall rating, I don't know, 7 out of 10. For the Sand Trooper Commander, I love this figure. This is my favorite figure of the whole set. The pauldron, are these pauldrons? I believe that's a pauldron. Yeah. His shoulder piece is outstanding. It's great. I love the color. It's a very nice color of orange. I love the little sand details across his helmet and armor. And I also do love his backpack. He has printing on the chest. Actually, some very interesting printing on the chest. Leg printing, helmet print, of course. And then he does have printing on his back, but you can't really see it. I'm going to give his overall rating a 10 out of 10. I love this character so much. It's perfect. There's nothing else I can say about it. And then I don't know what rank this would be. I'm not super caught up on that, and I know I should be. I believe he's... What would he be? Would he be a lieutenant? I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm going to call him a lieutenant because that's what makes sense in my head. I will do more research after this video, and I will kind of get my ranks up to date for stormtroopers, clones, all of that. So I'm sorry if he's not a lieutenant, and you guys are looking at this and you know that. But I like his design as well. He is almost the same as the commander here, just with a black pauldron. Actually, he's entirely the same, except he has a black pauldron and not an orange one. And so I'm going to give his overall rating a 9 out of 10. I think the orange is a little bit more classic, but the black is pretty sleek, and I think you can't go wrong with it. Do a close-up of him. And I'll do a close-up of this guy. And then the officer. Sorry, it's not really in focus. So, those are the minifigs. I think overall, and then from the pictures I saw of the set in box, of the other two figures, I would give the overall figures an 8 out of 10. I think some of them, like the Stormtroopers, are absolutely good. Not just good, but great. There is only 5, so I feel like it's a little lacking, but at the same time, the ship itself is not massive, so 5 does make sense. I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10, like I said. Some of them are really well designed. However, I did not like the design of the Kenobi that comes with this set. I remember that when I was looking at the photos. But other than that, I think they did the figures great. Yeah, I think they did them well. Now onto the actual set. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but to me it looks to be a little over a foot long. I mean, I'm 6'2", and it's, the span of my shoulders, almost. So it's a decent size. It has a couple play features that I do really like. So we'll get into that when I start talking about playability, but also sorry if it's a little bit dirty. Most of the sets are going to be a little dirty because I don't have the proper tools to clean them right now when I review them, but hopefully we'll get better at that. So for overall design, I think I love the way this shuttle looks. This is one of my all-time favorite shuttles in the Star Wars universe. It has always had a place in my heart, and it's just awesome to see this set come to life through Lego. I've actually dreamed of having this set for a while, so when one of my buddies reached out and told me he had one, I snatched that deal pretty quickly. But yeah, I think the design is awesome. It's pretty on point with its scaling, as far as, dimensions. It's pretty on point. So I'm going to have to give the overall design a 9 out of 10. It does get some bonus points because, like I said, this set is very near and dear to me. But yeah, overall design, 9 out of 10. Next, we're going to go to durability. Actually, no. I'm going to go to playability first so that I can explain durability after I show you the play features. You'll see in a second. So this thing has a lot of moving parts. Like you saw, the cockpit can open a decent amount up to fit the pilot or the officer, or really anybody, and it's very comfortable. That's where the figure sits, and there's a lot of room in there, so it seats one figure pretty comfortably. Next is actually one of my favorite parts about this set, and you kind of saw it earlier, is these side panels on either side open up to reveal an interior where you can store blasters, figures here and here on both sides. Oh, and these, well, I guess it might only be on this part. I'm not, yep, I think it's only on this one. These middle parts down here also do open up, just for more access, but this is where you would store your things. You can put a decent amount of stuff in here, actually, depending on how you, like, go about your storage, but I really like the design. I really like how open and accessible this is, especially, like I've mentioned before, I have big fingers, and so sometimes wedging figures into tight little spaces can be an issue for me, but this set really accommodates well to that. Like, you'll see if I take my hand, I can put it a decent way in there, and I would never need to really go past here, but I can do all the way into there. And that kind of option is just super helpful for people with big hands. One of the best parts about this set, at least in my opinion, is how I'm able to, get things in there. As well as these spots for the figures are actually pretty spacey. I mean, they're a little limited. It really depends on if you want to have a ton of accessories or not. But, I mean, you've seen the backpacks on these stormtroopers, and let's see if I can do this upside down. I might not be able to. Yeah, no, I couldn't get him to click in. But he does click in even with his backpack, so it is pretty roomy, and I do like that as well. My other favorite part about this build is towards the back. Is these wings do actually fold down like they would in the movies or the shows, whichever appearance they are. There's not much to them. They just, I forgot what these are called, but, like, they just snap. There's, like, little snap gears, and they just snap into place. And then, obviously, they fold up when you put them down, which, another thing I love, actual landing gear. Sadly, these are not retractable. They're always out. But I suppose if you were to make a cinematic or something, you could take them off, which is totally up to you. But yeah, I think that's all for play features, if you want to call them that. Oh, and then under here, we have 2 stud shooters, which doesn't make a ton of sense because this is a landing craft, and I don't actually remember it having guns in any form, but it's not my place to decide that. Yeah, I think that's it for play features. Overall, they're going to get a 9 out of 10. I really like this. I really like the amount of play features, stud shooters, openable hatches. I love the middle part, like I talked about, with all of this being able to come open. And then the wings on the back. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's it for play features. Moving on to durability, I have one issue with this set, and that is, if I open up this, and you open up this part, it's going to be really hard to see, but there is a black, kind of like long brick right in the middle there, and that is essentially what holds the entire middle of this spacecraft together. And normally that's not an issue, but with all of these moving parts, if this thing falls off a shelf or is dropped, you're gonna have some massive issues. I'm actually kind of surprised that nothing came off while I was doing this, but these parts as well, just over the years, I will carefully remove one. Well, actually, I guess not, but like these ones, they come off really easily and can kind of be a pain to fix sometimes. So the middle part is not very durable, and you do have to be careful. This hatch is really sturdy. It's held in by Technic pins. You can shake it. I'm not going to shake it too hard, but you can go up and down. You can shake it. It's pretty sturdy, as well as the cockpit. It's... Sorry about all the squeaking. It's old plastic, but it is pretty durable. The wings can actually just come off because they have their little joints right there. You could just pull it off. So not the most durable. It's nice if you need to fix them. Like if a piece breaks, you can just take these off really easy and fix them. But if you break them unintentionally, or if something like that were to happen, it would happen way quicker and way easier than something like, I don't know. I wouldn't even trust this necessarily. This feels kind of sturdy, but it does have some give to it. The like main sail kind of thin. Like it wiggles definitely, but you know, I can hold the ship by it and it doesn't break, but I wouldn't trust it much more than that. And I would only ever hold it like this if I was just like, you know, picking it up, moving it over like that, because sometimes it's hard to get underneath. But if at all possible, I would carry this thing. I try to do hand here, just so that you don't break anything, but that's up to you. Yeah, I'm gonna give the durability like a 5 out of 10, because it's like an awesome set, but there's just so many moving parts, and if you know anything about Lego, you know that moving parts are not always that sturdy. But that doesn't stop this from being a great set. However, there is one issue that I have with this set, and that is the price. Now, if you are dead set on getting one of these in your collection, then go for it. But you have to be prepared to spend. I was lucky enough to get mine for free, but I've seen them go for easily over $200. I think I was looking at one on eBay earlier that was complete and had the same minifigs that I do, and the dude was selling it for, I think, $240. So it really depends on the condition of the set. Obviously, mine is dirty, but it has every single piece, except for the 2 figures I'm missing, obviously. But it really depends, but you have to be willing to spend some money to get this. But if that's what you're into, then I say go for it. But if price is not an issue, then it's a decent set. I think I'm going to give it an overall rating of a 7 out of 10. I think what really killed it was the durability, but that, like I said, that doesn't stop it from being an amazing set. I think this set is a little bit more shelf-bound, if you would say. I would much rather display it than actually play with it very often. Sometimes I will take it down and I'll build a mock with it or something, but I would not really... If you are a smaller child or you intend to get something like this for a small child, I would hold off just because of all the easily breakable parts and just, you know, what was I going to say? Just like the durability of the set overall is not super friendly to being thrashed around, and as much as it sucks, younger children do tend to do that with their sets. Trust me, I was a little kid once. I destroyed some sets that I am not super proud to have destroyed. I think the one that hurts my soul the most is the UCS Snowspeeder is now in 1 billion pieces in a box somewhere. But that's awesome. But yeah, so overall rating is enough for the ranting. Overall rating for this set has got to be a 7 out of 10. I really love it. It's a childhood classic for me. But I think it's totally worth it. It just depends on, you know, what your budget is, what you're looking to do. But yeah, overall rating 7 out of 10. I love this set. I hope you love this set. And I'm really glad that I was able to review it for you guys. I have a couple more videos planned for... I'm going to try to get some mass filming done tomorrow on Memorial Day so that I can hopefully upload for the rest of the week while I am not feeling good. And then hopefully next week, once I've recovered, I will start filming fresh content. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Sentinel class landing shuttle. My name is Ace from Brickstruction, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.